I don't know why.
Because it got expelled.
Okay.
Dirty jokes.
Yeah. Welcome to the SnailTrail4x4 podcast. If you like going off-roading in Toyotas, wrenching on Toyotas, camping in Toyotas, and maybe even poking a little bit of fun at Toyotas, and of course, hearing about how fantastic, oh man, what are we doing to FNGs are in Toyotas, huh?
Sure, we'll go with that one.
I love those FNGs. Then this is the podcast for you. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. My name's Tyler, and joining me for another episode of the SnailTrail4x4 podcast is Senor Jimmy. How you doing, Jimmy?
Good, thank you. How are you?
Doing pretty good.
Awesome.
Yep.
Glad to hear it.
Yep. It's almost the middle of March.
Yeah.
So we're just about there. Stuff going on. The freaking event
Calendar's ramping
up for events for the summer.
I saw a post from I think it's Mateo from Tacoma Beast, and he had trips that he's already traveled so far this year. And it's like his map of his airplane flights, and he's gone probably back and forth across the country like 3 or 4 times already this year. I'm just like, damn.
Does that guy have a family? Like, does he have kids?
I doubt it. For what I can, the amount of stuff he does on social media and how he's building it, I don't think he has a family. He might have a girlfriend or a wife, but I can't imagine he has kids.
No.
Yeah, because you don't want to travel that much when you have kids. It's
no.
weird.
Yeah. I'm geting to that point. So, anyways, okay. Well,
then you get to my position where my daughter's 12 and you want to travel more.
Yeah.
So I don't
get out of the house.
Don't have to be, but pretty much 1 week a month or whatever it is, like when the chaos hits the fan for all the ladies in the house. That's the week I need to be gone.
Just plan a monthly trip. For 1 week each month. All right.
Slightly moving.
Throughout
the month.
I don't know. It's weird. It's like 3 days earlier this month. It's kind of, I don't get it, but
I don't know. I don't know why there's this cycle of movements of my trip.
It's too good. So I don't know. Let's see. Today's Thursday.
Yes, it is.
Episode 689.
Yes. That's wild.
God, wow. And we have over 800 episodes for people to listen to, which is kind of fun. So, lots of stuff going on over here on the podcast.
A lot of fun things to come too. I think that we have a few crazy things happening in the next few months that I'm excited. How the podcast is going to kind of take some ebb and flow to it, which would be pretty interesting.
Yeah, it'll be kind of, I think we have a fun plan for while we're at Trail Hero X.
Yes.
That I think is going to be very entertaining for everybody.
I think so too.
I'm interested in listening to the episodes, see how they turn out. So that'll be a lot of fun. There's some fun events going on. Have you figured out your plans for Cruise Moab? Are you going?
I'm planning on it so far.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't. Besides that, I don't have any plans.
Gotcha. Okay. I haven't figured out my life yet for Cruise Moab and EJS. So
yes,
and that's like 3 weeks away.
Yeah,
so, I need to figure that out. But we got that. We got Overland SoCal going on this weekend.
Yep,
Overland Expo SoCal.
You guys are heading down the day this is coming out.
Yep. I'll be heading down for that. So if anybody's down in Costa Mesa this weekend, stop by the Morphlite booth and say hi. We're indoors at the west side of the hall.
Nice.
So pretty much right at the entry doors of the west side of the hall.
Yeah. I really wanted to go to that.
Yeah.
But there's too much stuff happening this month and trying to get ready for up to Cruise Moab and the Easter party. And we'll talk all about that in here in a little bit too. So,
yep. So we got all that. Let's see what else is coming up.
what besides Costa Mesa,
Costa
Overland
Mesa,
Expo? I mean,
yeah.
then a few weeks later you have EJS out in Moab that you guys are headed to, and then there's going to be Cruise Moab a week or so after that, and then who knows what's happening in between? But I'm sure there's something.
I don't think there's anything between those two events. Those are pretty tight back-to-back events. But
not for you, but I'm sure there's something somewhere happening.
Somewhere probably, yeah. I don't know when Go Topless. I think Go Topless Day is like the beginning of May, middle of May, something like that. But that's always a big event, kind of nationwide, that a lot of little mini events pop up around the nation. That's always a big one. Memorial Day after that. So I think Overland Expo West would be the next big event after that, or after Cruise Moab. So
yeah, that's a fun event too.
That is a fun event. So, well, cool, man. Let's see. We got FNGs and stuff to do. We'll do that after the break. We have, I think we have our giveaway finalized.
Yes,
for March.
We do.
This cute little light up butt plug we got here. So tell the story, Jimmy. How did we end up getting this?
Yeah, well, so we've been in communications with some other companies to try to get them on for the giveaway. And most all of them wanted to push it to like kind of next month.
Yeah.
And next month's gift boxes.
Yeah.
Right. So we're like, okay, well, you can't do next month. So now we have this plan of the next few months kind of in line, which it works out well for us. But this month was kind of like, what are we going to do?
Yeah.
Because everybody else was kind of moving back. So I got an email saying my purchase from Devos is on its way.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, I'm getting scammed, or somebody got a hold of my credit card, or somebody bought something and used my email, or something happened. Right. And so I looked at it, and they're like, the Light Ranger 500 is being sent to you.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, like, I've never heard of this.
Yep.
Interesting. It must be some sort of marketing thing. I didn't get no communication from Devos messaging me.
Yeah.
That they have a new product or anything's coming out. So I sort of just I waited to see what was coming. So it showed up in the mail the other day. I opened it up, checked it out, and it's really freaking cool.
It's actually pretty sweet little light. I mean, everything that Devos does is really kind of cool stuff, and very well thought out items. And this one is no exception at all. It's pretty rad.
I think it's a small glimpse into the future of Devos. With what they have going, everything that can they fit into this, they could now grow into their other levels of lights that they have.
Yep.
So this is it's designed kind of for like under your canopy or in a tent.
At nighttime.
Yeah. Or in like to hang or to place somewhere that you don't need a lot of light because it's only 500 lumens. And what I like, one of the things I like about it is its design. It's sort of square. Well, it's rectangular, right? And so it can stand on its own, which the other lights, unless you flip them upside down, couldn't really stand on their own. It's their normal sort of design where it's like got LEDs on all four sides. It starts with white lights. It'll go down to two sides and then one side. But it also has oranges and red LEDs built into it.
Yeah.
Which is really nice so that, if you want to keep the bugs away or you want to keep your night vision, that's perfect. It also has a sensor on the side. It has a button so you can turn on or off the sensor, which is pretty neat. So that you can just leave it in the tent and move your hand by it in the morning or at night if you need the light on, or if, it's somewhere by the cooking area, you can just wave your hands around if your hands are dirty from cooking. So that's pretty neat. So it's got 3 buttons on the side. That one turns it on and off and turns the different levels and is dimmable. The middle button does the sensor, and then the third button down does, or up, depending on which way you're facing it, changing it from white, orange to red. There's also a clip on the back, on the butt end of it. And so you can hang it off of something or clip it to something. And then it's got 2 magnets on there so that you can just stick it somewhere, maybe under a vehicle if you're doing some work.
Put it on the TV.
I don't think it'll stick on our TV.
Yeah.
Probably because our TV is plastic. So yeah, but it's a cool little thing. It's retails for around $60. We're going to work with Devos and we're going to try to get a little stand or some other accessory that could work with this to bring that retail price up to around $100 for a lucky individual.
Yeah.
Yeah. So big thanks to Devos. Excited to see this cool little new product that they have. I think it's really neat. I think it's one of those products that at first I was kind of, and I'll be honest, at first I was like, okay, cool. Another light, another small light. But the amount of features that they've dumped into this little tiny light is really neat. And I think it really stands above any other light that you would put inside of a tent or underneath. I could really see this as like, it's nighttime and you guys are sitting under a canopy for whatever reason. And, you just need a little bit, maybe you have your canopy over your kitchen and you're doing cooking at night. Yeah. This is the perfect light for that.
Yeah. I envision it like using it a lot in a tent. Cause when I get into a tent at night, I use my headlamp and I just kind of put it down in the little mesh.
Yeah.
Hanging attic in the tent. This, I would prefer to have this just kind of like living in there. It's super easy to just clip into the attic and then hanging there.
Yeah.
And then you walk in at nighttime, you just turn it on, put it on your yellow light or your red light or something, depending on what's going on in the tent that night.
Will the sensor work with color? I have not tried that.
Yep.
Yeah. And it stays the same color. Yeah. See, I would just leave it on the sensor mode.
Yeah. Right.
And just, besides when you pack the tent up or whatever, but whenever you just leave it in there and you just leave it on the sensor mode, you walk in, you wave your hand by it and it turns itself on orange.
Yep.
You're like, sweet.
Yep. So that is what I would envision this getting used the most as. The other great use is just throw it in your glove box in your vehicle, your center console in your vehicle, something like that. It's a really nice packaged, quick access way to have lights at nighttime to diagnose or work on a vehicle at nighttime, because the magnets on it, you can clip them onto your frame, clip them onto the body, clip them onto wherever as well. And it puts out a really good amount of light that's not going to like blind you while you're trying to work on something under your vehicle. So, I see this being an awesome light for those two situations. And it works. I mean, it puts out enough light that you can use it like on a stand. It has a little quarter 20.
Yeah. I forgot to talk about that.
Thread in the top of it. So you can thread it onto their mini stands that they have. Or if you have your own taller stand you want to use, you can thread it onto that. Like we had it up here in the studio with only the Devos light on, and it plenty of light. I don't know if we'd be able to really shoot a video with it compared to the ceiling lights.
We could. We just have to play with the camera.
Yeah. But it's a sweet little tiny little packaged light that has a ton of little features in it that would be very easy to pack anywhere. Backpacking trips.
Yeah.
This would be a great option for backpacking trips. USB-C rechargeable. They said it's about 3 to 4 hour life. If you ran it just on the full time. And that's probably with the 4 LEDs on. So if you drop it down and on high too, cause it's also dimmable.
Yes.
Like the others ones are.
If you brought it down to one side and put it on low, it could probably run a really long time.
Yeah. So I'm impressed with this little thing. I was kind of also like when Jimmy sent it to me, it was like, hey, I got this tiny little Devos light. And I was like, interesting. Okay. I mean, more just like Jimmy said originally, I was kind of like, okay, more lights. I already have the light rangers that we have. So why would I want this thing? And I'm like, this thing's actually pretty sweet for a little pack away for backpacking, glove box, etc. It's for uses. So
yeah, I could see that perfect in my glove box. I think that'd be a really good one for it. Yep. It's not so much of like a flashlight, like in your hand. No. But it would be great for all kinds of camping accessories. And yeah, it's a really cool little package. And and sort of what I was hinting at the beginning is now they have a unit that has the sensor built in it, that has red and orange and white built in it. And I don't believe any of their other lights have that. Oh, right. Okay. I don't know if I don't think the Light Ranger 2000 has the sensor built in it.
I gotcha.
But the Light Ranger 2000 doesn't have red built in it. It's only orange. Right. And so they now have a light that has all three of those features, or I don't know, 4 or 5, 6 features, however you want to say
Yeah.
it, built into this light. So I can see them now taking this and just making it,
Adopting it to all their other models.
adopting
there.
it to the bigger models that they have. And so I think that's going to be really cool. I don't know when that's going to happen. I don't know, if that's their game plan. So if you've been thinking about getting a Light Ranger 2000 right now, I'd probably still say go get it, because I think it's standalone is fantastic.
Yeah.
But if they do plan to adopt this technology into the bigger ones, I think then it's going to make that even better.
Yeah. So cool. There you go. That's the giveaway for this month, and we'll get a stand for it as well, so that we're up in that $100 range for the giveaway. Pretty sweet little light. And then we'll do the glue thread giveaway after the break here. We have that here next to us as well. What else is there? We have giveaways always going on. So that's one of the things we love doing on the show, is working with companies like Devos, like Glue Tread, to give away product and really make a fun win-win-win scenario for everybody out there. For the listeners, get some really cool stuff. The vendors get sales from the listeners. If you don't win something, you're like, damn it, I really wish I'd gotten that Glue Tread tire repair kit. You can go to Glue Tread and get one for yourself. So, and then, we get on the back end the joy of bringing everybody together and more content to put together for you guys out there. So it's a really fun time. So the giveaways, some of the other giveaways we have going on are for reviews over on Apple Podcasts. So you can go over there, leave us a review. It can be anything you want, from any account that you have access to. Just remember that you have access to that account, because when we pull a winner from those reviews, you need to be able to prove that you own the account or that you have access to it, and it was you that left that review. So the next one coming up is at 800 reviews. We'll be giving away an Onyx Elite membership, which is pretty rad that they're doing that. And we'll have another giveaway at 850 reviews for another Onyx Elite membership. And then at 900 reviews, we're doing a big old kind of grand prize. That's our next grand prize tier or point with Morphlate. So that'll be over $1,000 worth of Morphlate gear once we reach 900 reviews. So the sooner we get there, the more reviews you guys leave, the quicker we can get and do a really cool $1,000 giveaway. And I will say the big item that we've been working on is coming out to be really awesome. So the small items are there's a few of them getting ready to go right now, getting ready to launch. So yeah, they're in production mode at the moment. So
I think I saw one out there on the emergency kit. On the red emergency brake in case of emergency thing.
Oh yeah, there's a few prototypes sitting there to figure out what was the best way to put all those together. So, yep, that's one of them.
Cool.
Yeah. Let's see, man. Anything else going on?
A lot of stuff going on, but I think we could take our break, and then we can talk about what we've been up to and things that we have going on, and then do F&G's birthdays and maybe some reviews, and we can go from there.
Sounds good. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be right on back with all that fun stuff for Thursday's episode today.
Are you stuck inside? Are you not sure where you want to go to explore? Well, open the Onyx Off-Road app. It shows you all the trails around you, and it tells you their difficulty. Now you can quickly search out your next adventure or plan your next trip. Download Onyx Off-Road from the App Store. Onyx Off-Road, built for the adventurer.
Welcome back, ladies and germs. This is Thursday, kind of what we've been up to over the past week and a half. It's that we've been going on here. Let's see. We've got stuff to go over. We have FNGs. We've got birthdays. We've got a winner to announce for the Glue Tread old tire repair kit, their Expedition kit here we have in our hands.
It says it right there by your thumb.
Oh, there it is, way down there. I was looking for it, and I was like, I don't see it. What do we call this? It is up here, too. Okay. The Expedition kit. I remembered it. Andy, if you're watching or listening, I remembered it before I had to read it. So.
Andy. Can I do a shout out to Andy?
And Brian?
Andy.
Or just Andy?
Just Andy.
Okay.
Brian wasn't there.
Gotcha.
So Andy, the owner of Glue Tread, who we've known for a few years now, we have a decent relationship with him. You know, I'd consider him a friend, right?
If you guys have not listened to the Glue Tread Rubicon trip episode, you got to go listen to it.
Yes.
Like that's the next thing you got to do after this episode.
And Andy's one of those guys that's just genuine. He's just a great guy, right?
Yeah.
So while we were at Down at King of the Hammers this last year, I handed Andy a koozie, a SnailTrail 4x4 koozie, right? And he lost it. And
like as in like his temper?
No,
like
he lost the koozie like immediately after. He kept losing his like everything at Down at King of the Hammers, right?
Yeah.
So I gave him another one, and I don't know if I gave him like 2 or 3. Eventually, I think at one point, I think I was like on his 3rd round. I like handed him 3 or
in
something
2 days.
Right? Yeah. So, anyways, I got a text message from Andy the other day.
Okay.
And it was a video. And he was like, "Hey, Jimmy, I just want to say thanks for the koozie. I'm using it. I'm working on X, Y, and Z, whatever he was doing." He's like, "But I still have it. I got the koozie. I haven't lost it. And I just keeping my drink cold. So thank you." I was like, "Yes, sweet, Andy. Thank you." It was so funny.
Nice.
He's such a good dude.
He is a really good dude. Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of times when you run into business owners and you think that like, I don't know, they're going to be these like really, I don't want to say really smart people. Like they have their shit together all the time. And like he does for the most part, but he's also like a dude that just loves going out and having fun as well.
Yeah.
And stuff happens with especially koozies when you're Andy.
Sure.
Yeah. He's a good
at one point he was running 3 businesses.
3 or 4 at the same
4
time.
businesses at the same time. Like Glue Tread's not his only business.
No.
And it's not his biggest business.
No.
Which is wild to think.
Yeah.
So yeah, kudos to that dude. He's a great guy.
Yep.
He's going 1,000,000 miles an hour. Therefore he will forget your koozie occasionally, but it's a lot of fun.
Yep.
So anyways, we got a Glue Tread on the expedition pack to give away.
Yep.
Thanks to Andy at Glue Tread for donating one of those for the month of February. Thanks for Devos for donating and giving us the Light Ranger 500 to give away for March.
Yep. All right, cool. Let's see. We can pull a winner. Let's get into some FNGs and birthdays, huh?
Let's do it.
All right. Pull up the Lappy Toppy.
Lappy Toppy. That should be a song. Isn't that a song?
I think it kind of sounds like
isn't it like Laffy Taffy?
Yeah. All right. So we got 92 people eligible for the Expedition Tire Repair Kit from Glue Tread here. So we'll do a random number generator on Google. That's how we kind of pick these. We put in 1 through 92. And then hit the generate.
You already pulled it all up. You all ready?
I'm ready. I'm waiting for Jimmy to tell me to stop.
3, 2, 1, stop.
I double clicked on the last
Stop.
All right, 62. 62 is our magical number today, which is. Hey, it's a Matt Gardner.
Matt Gardner.
Yeah.
Drift Punk.
Mr. Drift Punk.
Cool.
One of our drug dealers on the podcast here.
Yep, kind of.
All right.
If drugs, you mean automotive parts.
Automotive parts. Yeah. Let's see. So winner for the expedition kit. Congrats, Matt. So we got that down there for you, man. We'll reach out to you, buddy. And then you're local, so if you're listening to this, we can you can come by or we can ship it to you, whichever one you want. But haven't seen you in a while, so it'd be nice for you to come by and swing by and say hi sometime. So, congrats, Matt Gardner, for the giveaway for February. That's what that was.
Yeah.
So let's see. Let's go to some birthdays.
Let's do it.
All right.
So what are we doing here? We got.
Let's start with FNGs.
FNGs and then February birthday or March birthdays.
March birthdays.
Yeah.
So FNGs from February was just one.
Yeah, we got one. Woo!
Yeah, it was Justin Fuller.
Justin Fuller.
Yeah.
Yep. Thank you very much, Justin.
And then birthdays coming up. So March birthdays.
Yes.
We have none. We have a few Aprils.
No
though.
1 years. Okay.
No 1 years.
Yeah, we usually get Aprils for the gift boxes.
Yep. No 2 years.
Okay.
3 years. We have a birthday.
Okay. Sweet.
Dustin Meeks.
Dustin Meeks. Thank you.
I feel like I talked with him recently on Instagram.
Probably.
Dustin Meeks. So let's see. 4-year birthdays. None.
Oh. Okay.
5 years. We have one.
1 5 year.
Yeah, there's a name we know. Seth Kroom.
Seth Kroom.
Yeah.
Sweet. We'll get you, we'll confirm your address and get you out your 5-year birthday gift.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for 5 years. Wow.
Mhm.
That's awesome.
And then 6 years.
0.
Is this not calculating correctly?
I don't know. Is it?
It says as of January, we had 6 years. So today.
Are we up to 7 years now? We are up to, we would be coming up to 7 years. Is that what it is?
I think so. Is that?
Damn it. That's wild.
Really?
We've just blanked on that?
Are we really coming up on 7 years? That's
Yeah, sounds right.
26. So we started in 2019. Yeah. We were doing about a year before COVID hit.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah. So we have any 6 years?
No 6 years.
And no 7 years.
And no 7 years yet. 7
But
years will be May.
May, we will have our first 7 year.
Yeah.
Too crazy.
That's nuts.
Which is only one, too, right?
It's only one in
Yep,
May.
only one.
Yep.
Very, very first person still in it.
I think they got in at like May 30th,
Something.
May 31st, like right when we opened it, something like that. So, Mr. Dusty will always be in as the first one and the only one for May. All right. So yeah, it looks like in April though, we're going to have a lot of people to mention because that's gift box month. That's when people kind of move around. That's when a lot of people get signed up for the first time. So, next month we'll have a lot of mentions coming out for April.
For sure. Well, since we brought it up, let's just really talk quick about gift box month.
Okay.
Because it is coming up.
Yeah.
So if you've been interested in getting into the gift boxes or possibly leaving the gift box tier, April is the month to do that. We open it up twice a year. The gift box, 4 gift boxes. We open it up in April and we open it up in October. And so those are the only 2 months that you have the option to get into the gift box tier. So that's coming up here in a few weeks. So if you're considering signing up or you want to change tiers, that is going to be the month to do it in. We have some fun things planned for the gift box this year. We really have to saddle up and get these things going because that month is coming up quick and we need to get these things out to you guys. But like I said, if you want to change tiers or you want to get into the gift box tier, sign up, or you want to leave it, April is the month to do that because once you're in the gift box tier, you need to be in there for 6 months to be eligible to get the gift box. If you sign up for it and then leave in the middle of it, you're not eligible to do it because we take roughly $10 a month out of what you give us and put that aside to buy the gift boxes with. So if you get in there and you're only in there for 3 months, then we don't have enough money to buy you a gift box. So you pretty much just donated us $30 in that case. But, if it's something you're interested in, get in there in April and we will get you a gift box in October. So that'll be fun. All right. I think that's enough talk about that one. We'll talk a bunch more as we lead up into April and then what to do, how to get in, or if you're changing tiers and stuff as we're getting closer to that time. So big thanks to Seth Kroom again, 5 years. That's awesome. Thanks to all the our new FNG. What was it? Justin Fuller.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Welcome to the Snail Squad thing.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I'll even state that we're thinking about starting a Discord. Yeah. It's something that we've been running through our mind. If you like the idea of having a Discord for SnailTrail4x4, let us know. Tyler and I aren't very active on Facebook. It's just who we are. We're not there that often. Tyler and I think I'll be honest, we're not extremely active on Irate 4x4. We love Austin. We love the platform. We love the opportunities there. We love, like, when we need information, we go to Irate 4x4, but it's not a thing that we go to every day to go and just see what's going on.
Yeah.
So we're trying to find a good happy medium for a random area to chat with us if it comes up or if things are happening. So we're thinking about doing a Discord. Let us know if that's something you're interested in, if you think that's a good idea, or if it's a place that you never go. We're interested either way, just to see how you guys like the idea.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're trying to find an easier way to interact with you guys, right? And a medium that is simple to receive notifications on and realize when you guys are talking and when conversations are happening, and easy to check in on conversations. And it seems like Discord really has that down really well.
Yes.
So we're debating on doing that, and kind of we can create different conversation topics. It's similar in like I rate 4x4 in a forum board, quote unquote, but more of an app design and a little easier to navigate than a full website kind of thing. So let us know what you guys think. I know that there's quite a few other podcasts, off-roading podcasts that have Discords. I'm actually in the Jeep Talk Show Discord, and it's done fairly well. I think that it as a conversation medium for the hosts to have fun conversations with the listeners, and listeners to have fun conversations with themselves, amongst themselves, then it works really well. So let us know if you guys are interested, and we can set it up. And
Definitely.
Or if you're just like, I don't want to fucking talk to you guys,
let us know that too.
Yeah. Or if you have zero interest in Discord servers and Discord conversations, then that's
or if you have another suggestion besides Discord that you'd be interested in us pursuing, let us know.
Yep.
Cool.
I got some reviews pulled up.
Oh, great.
So we are at 780 reviews.
Okay, 20 more till we get to 800.
Yep.
Okay.
So we're slowly getting over. We I think last time we checked, we were at 775, 776, something like that. So we're just kind of reaching that midpoint between 750 and 780, 750 and 800.
Right.
So now they're at 780. We're kind of over that hump. We find that it starts picking up quite a bit because people are like, oh, I need to go get my reviews in before we hit this next giveaway point.
Definitely.
So there's only 20 spots available here before we do the next Onyx Elite membership giveaway. So make sure that you guys are getting over there and leaving your reviews before we get to 800 if you want in for that giveaway. So we do have here the next review to read.
Okay.
Is from Tachita.
Oh,
7420.
I like that name.
Tachita.
I could see that being a dancer.
Tachita?
Yeah.
Do you think it's Mr. Marley?
Oh, it might be.
I think it's Mr. Marley.
I could picture that.
Yeah.
I could see him dancing.
I could see him dancing too.
Yeah.
We need actually a video of that, please. If you can send that in, that'd be great.
Gnarly.
Anyways, Tachita7420 says, awesome off-road podcast. This is a great podcast listening from the Central Coast. So, Pismo area?
I guess.
I'm in California. Very informative and funny to listen to while looking for Jeep parts while working.
Not Marley.
Not Marley, apparently. Yeah.
Unfortunately.
That's probably Borja then.
Maybe.
So, Tachita. Thank you, Tachita, for writing in. Let's see. We got next one up is C&J Herd. It says, I've been on Jeep trails, but no Toyota trails.
Yeah.
That's fair. There's very few Toyota trails out there, apparently. I just found this podcast a few weeks ago. I really enjoy listening to Tyler and Jimmy discuss wheeling. Keep up the great work. Next one. Oh, geez. KB1000666.
You got to say it.
What would that be? 1, 2, 3, 1,666,000.
No, you got to read the name.
KB10066. It's amazing podcast. I'm always looking forward to the next episode. Makes me want to go wheeling more in my 80 series. That could be gnarly.
That could be gnarly, Marley.
Yeah. Next one. Oh, this one's a long one. I got to click more. Hold on. This one's from Austin1210 for the Snail Crew.
You think that's Austin?
Austin. I don't know. We have a few Austins.
Okay.
There's Austin Stanley, who I saw down at KOH.
Austin
I'd say hi to.
Oh, you got to see Stanley?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yep. I didn't recognize him at first. He was wearing a hat and sunglasses. And after we said hi, I was like, wait a minute, that was Austin Stanley. I just clicked all of a sudden. I was like, dude, I'm sorry, man. So anyways, I got Austin Stanley down at KOH. There's Austin, Unimog Austin, which is Irate 4x4 Austin. Mm-hmm. Austin Gillard.
Yep.
What other Austins do we have?
Probably a few that we're completely forgetting.
Yes, that's the problem when you start naming people.
Yeah.
All right, so this one is Austin 1210. That says Snail Crew, definitely authentic types of people. Got to not only buy Tyler's junk to put this is Austin Stanley then. That's funny. I got to buy Tyler's junk to put in my junk, but also got to share a few beers and have a great laugh. And good beer, of course. On top of that, I want to add how awesome Tyler and Jimmy and the assistants are to meet in person. Truly good people, and can't wait to get up there to the Rubicon to have more beer and laughs. So thank you. Keep the podcast going. Is that beer red? Oh, yeah. Anyways, we like tools. Jimmy, wink, wink. From Austin Stanley.
Nice.
That's funny. We were just talking about him. Anyways, hi, Austin.
Hi.
That was left in May of 2023.
Okay.
So I don't remember when he came up here and we went out and had drinks with him. And
probably right around
that time.
That's my guess.
Yeah. That would be about right. It's been about 3 years since Kermit got the 3-4 swap, maybe 4 years. So would have been right around that time.
And what did he pick up from you?
The 22RE.
Okay.
Yeah, that just had the blown valves. Right. So as far as I know, I don't think he ever used that engine, ever put it in. I think it's still on a stand in his garage.
Oh, wow.
We'll have to get an update on him.
Yeah.
Last one for today.
Okay.
This one is from Iron Yota.
Ooh, I like that name too.
Mm-hmm.
You think it's an FJ55?
I don't know. We can look it up. He gave his Instagram here, but it says superb off-road content. Just a couple total Jeep nerds who really know their stuff. Get the fuck out of here, sir. And even put me on to a few new to me whiskey sippers.
Ooh,
wait, am I in the right place? Wrong one, wrong show. I wonder what he put over on Wheeling Wine and Whiskey's reviews.
Yeah, that would be funny.
It's at Iron_Yoda on Instagram.
Iron. Yeah.
Is it a 55?
I'm pulling it up. Let's see. I'm scrolling back. He does not have 55s, but he does have a lot of Toyota stuff. Is that Kermit? No, but it looks like Kermit. He has it looks like a second gen 4Runner.
Oh.
Or he has a lot of photos of what could be a second gen 4Runner.
Okay.
Let's see. All AI. Here's a better view of it. Yeah, I think that is a second gen.
You know, if we had a TV working, we could pull it up on the TV and show everybody.
Yeah, definitely. But then it looks like he has a few different, he either has friends that he's posting other photos from, or he's got a few different other rigs in there as well. He's got a 4-wheel underground picture of Scott.
Oh, nice.
So
yeah,
I don't know if he's local or not.
Interesting. I wonder if he is local.
But it looks like he's working on a second gen pickup truck now.
Okay.
So, yeah.
It looks like a fresh, clean new Bobcat.
Sort of, except it's Bobcat's a little newer.
Yeah.
But yeah, cool. Thanks everybody for writing in. Thanks for being a part of the giveaways there. Thanks for helping us promote the podcast by leaving us a review. The best way for you to actually promote the podcast, though, is to just tell a friend.
Yep.
If you know somebody that likes off-roading and likes podcasting, let them know about Snail Trail 4x4 podcast and have them listen to one of your favorite episodes, whichever one that is. One of our favorite episodes is obviously the Rubicon episode 220.
Yep.
It's the one I tell most everybody about when somebody's like, "What? Tell me about your podcast." I tell them to go listen to episode 220 or episode 442, I think it is.
Is it okay?
Which is when we had Merlin and John back on. I think we tried to get him back on for 440, but we had to get pushed back or something.
Yeah.
But episode 442, and I think it's 444, I think we
We
split
had to
it.
split it, the episode. It was a long episode.
Yeah, which is when we talked about the names of the obstacles on the Rubicon.
Yep.
So that was fun.
Yep. That one's a good one. And that one actually spawned I don't say the genesis, the idea for Rubicon Trail Foundation to start their video series on how all the obstacles got named as well. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of fun to be the trendsetter in the area, right? But yeah, it's a lot of really cool information over on the Rubicon Trail Foundation's YouTube page as well. So if you liked that episode or those episodes that we did on the Rubicon, there's some other fun stories that came out from doing the video recording there on the trail. So
yeah.
Let's see. Let's talk a little bit about Rubicon Trail Foundation real quick.
Sure.
This weekend is Black Tie and Boots, which is a really cool fundraiser that Rubicon Trail Foundation puts on. So they do 3 big fundraisers every year. There's Black Tie and Boots, Cantina for the Con, and the Show and Shine up at the distillery. What is that distillery's name?
Dry Diggins.
Dry Diggins. Thank you very much. So this one's kind of the first one of the year to kick off the year for Rubicon Trail Foundation. I think it might be my favorite event that Rubicon Trail Foundation puts on. Cantina for the Con is a lot of fun.
Yes.
It's a lot of fun. What is the resort that's there?
Rob's Resort.
Thank you. Awesome venue. That might be one of my favorite venues up in the Sierras.
Definitely.
But I really like Black Tie and Boots because it's like this farce, in my opinion. It's these really rugged mountain high Sierra off-roaders getting together for a black tie formal event.
Yeah.
But because we're all really rugged, nobody likes to be like fully black tie suit and tie and everything. And so it's a lot of times boots of some kind, hiking boots, cowboy boots, whatever, and jeans or other fun items. Like there's kilts that show up every year. There's I think some people have worn bathing suits as a nod to going and jumping and swimming in Buck Island and Spider Lake. So and then everybody from like the waist up looks kind of nice and decent. So
I wanted to wear a wetsuit.
That would have been fun. Yeah.
On the bottom and just have like the top of my wetsuit dangling down.
Yeah.
But the assistant didn't let me.
Boring.
I know. And I have booties for my wetsuit.
There you go.
Because the California coast is cold.
Yep.
And my toesies get cold.
Yep. I think one of my favorite setups one year was from Randy Burleson.
Oh, Randy always does it so great.
He was great. And he did it totally on accident, but I was like, you have to repeat this every year. So he was just in, jeans, boots, and then from the waist up, he had, I think, a cummerbund on, a really nice white button-up shirt, a really nice black suit jacket, like a tuxedo jacket. But he forgot to bring his cufflinks and his the button inserts that you use for black tie formals on your white shirts, and the tie, right?
Okay.
And so like he forgot these kind of important items for a quote unquote tuxedo. And what he did is he called up his wife, significant other back at home, because she hadn't left yet. And he goes, you got to find the cufflinks. And she couldn't find the cufflinks. And so he goes, go into my hardware bin and grab some grade 8 bolts and nuts. So his cufflinks were grade 8 bolts and nuts. And he had a couple of smaller grade 8 bolts for his the button shirt inserts. So I was like, that is awesome. That needs to be done every year at this event.
Funny.
So anyways, it's a great event, huge fundraiser. There's a couple different styles of silent auctions and raffles going on. And then there's a live auction that's really fun to do and be a part of there, as well as a really good dinner.
Really good.
And so you can buy a seat at it. You could buy a table, whatever you want, and show up and have this really fun time. And so I've been working on some of the things that I've been doing over the past week is working on and solidifying the centerpiece, the main part of the centerpieces for all the dinner tables. So that's kind of turned into an annual thing that I do every year. It's been a lot of fun. We've done the Rubicon rounds of wood in the past. We've done that, I think, twice now. We did round slates last year. And this year, I wanted to try out a new medium crafting technique kind of thing with playing around with the laser, right? And so we came up with a design for a rectangular slate that we lasered the Rubicon Trail on.
Okay.
With the Rubicon Trail design that you and I worked on.
Yep.
And it has Loon Lake and Spider and Buck Island with the points of interest on the trail, but there's no words on it whatsoever.
Right.
It's just the outline of the trail and the lake. So if you know what it is, you know what it is, kind of thing, right? If you know, you know. And then that's kind of the backdrop of this full item. And then the other part to it is acrylic. That I figured out the process for lasering acrylic and how to make a acrylic work with lasering, right?
Okay.
And so we're taking sheets of acrylic and having a design and then cut out on it so that you then put hardware in the corners with spacers so the acrylic is offset from the slate. And that has the RTF logo, Black Tie and Boots 2026, and thank you with the table name. And so it's all kind of a nice, sweet little package. I think it's 12 by 6 rectangle inches. And they're turning out really, really good. So I'm excited to finish those, have those together and have those out as the centerpieces on the tables for Black Tie and Boots this year.
Yeah. So. I saw your example piece. It looks, it's really cool looking for sure. I really like it. I think it would be interesting to do something like that where you more sandwich them together and you etch the map of the trail on the slate. And then the acrylic is like ever so slightly off. But there is like maybe, a washer or something thickness. But on that, then you put the names of the locations and things like that. I think that could be an interesting appearance.
Layering
layering appearance. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that would be really neat. I think something that would be a fun way to play around with that. So yeah.
Yep, for sure. So that'll be fun. And if are tickets sold out for Black Tie and Boots?
They've been sold out for a while.
Okay.
Yep.
So it's going on. You can't go if you aren't already going.
Yep. If you missed out, sorry you missed out. Get in on it next year. So if you want to go to Black Tie and Boots and you're local and you want to go and support Rubicon Trail Foundation and stuff that they're doing, I buy a table every year from Morphlate. I never fill the table fully up every year. There's always at least a couple seats empty. So I think it's a little late right now, but I think that the Morphlate table does have 2 seats available. If you're interested, let me know. It's on a Saturday evening. So the 2 days from when this episode airs. So if you're local and you want to go, let me know or we can get you in, but the timing is really tight. But if you want to go in the future, like reach out to me around February or March, January, February that's when kind of Black Tie and Boots planning is starting. So we usually have some seats left over at the Morphlate table.
Yeah. So. Yeah, that's awesome. Maybe we could do something in the future where we could do like, I don't know about a SnailTrail 4x4 table, but we have we can open it up somehow for a bidding for for people to join of some sort. And then the proceeds we just donate back to Rubicon Trail Foundation. And if you're local and you're in the area and you want to outbid another couple, or something, I don't know. I'm just thinking off the cusp here. Yeah. Right. But if there was, every year at the Morphlate table, we have 2 seats that are dedicated to a SnailTrail 4x4 listeners.
Yeah.
Right. And you can go, but you have to put your name in the hat or you have to bid or however we do it.
Yeah.
That could be something fun.
Do an auction for those 2 seats or something.
Yeah. Or whatever.
Yeah.
Or just name in a hat and, and they have to, the unfortunate thing is you have to sit between Tyler and I.
Yeah.
So that's up to you.
Then you get to practice your skiing skills.
Yes.
So
something like that.
Somebody will figure that out. In like 5 minutes, somebody's going to start laughing at their radio. All right. So Black Tie and Boots is going on this weekend. A really fun event. Unfortunately, I will not be there this year because I'm going down to Overland Expo SoCal. So anyways, it'll be a fun event. Regardless, and there's some really cool centerpieces out for the event too. So I know we have some listeners that listen to the show that go to that event. So if you guys are like end up seeing those centerpieces and you want one for yourself, let me know. I'll make them. You just have to make a donation to RTF for the centerpiece, and I'll put it all together and make them for you. So since we have the designs, so
cool.
Yeah. Let's see what else. What else have we been doing?
Oh, I've got a few things on my list to talk about. But I think I would like to talk about Onyx and tokens.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good spot.
I think we should go there. So we had a meeting with Onyx, mainly to kind of discuss the ads and ad advertising and everything that's going forward. But when we when we had that meeting, we wanted to discuss the tokens things because we told them what our idea was. And we've been planning to do this for a while.
Yeah.
But they kind of were like, hold on, time out, pause. Like, we need to make sure that you're not doing anything illegal.
Yeah.
And we're like, okay, fine. We'll tell you what's up.
Yeah.
Which at the end of the story, the conclusion was that they're super excited for what's coming out. That we're not doing anything illegal. We're using their platform in a good way. They're excited for what we're doing. Then it was such a benefit that they are actually going to come on board and help out with some things in the future in regards to the tokens and things that we have happening. So that's going to be fun and exciting for what's to come with all these tokens. So I think I hid one, you hid one while we were out on the Snail Trail winter camping trip. So I think we need to did you already add yours?
Yep.
Okay. So I need to add mine.
Okay.
And then we need to just make that active, I think.
I'm pretty sure when you hide them, if you have cell service even if you don't have cell service, you should be able to add it to the treasure hunt folder.
Yeah.
When you're getting the coordinates of it. So
yeah. Yes. I didn't have Onyx ready to go. And it was just easier for me to pull up Google Maps and find the coordinates.
Gotcha.
And so that was the easy way for me to do it.
Shame on you, Jimmy.
Sorry. So mine. I just have a note of the coordinates.
Yeah.
And the numbers and letters and stuff.
Okay.
So I need to add mine.
Yep.
And then I think we need to. Then we need to turn it on. I think we're good to go. I think we've been approved. We have. I think I looked at it when we were talking to Onyx because I wanted to pull up the map. I think we have about 40 tokens hidden.
Something like that are ready to go find.
And I know that we have, I know that there's maybe upwards of 5 people that have tokens that are in the process of hiding some. And I had 2 people reach out to me, maybe 3 people reach out to me that want to hide tokens.
Okay.
So if you're in another state or in an area that's not around where Tyler and I are of California, Southern California, Central California, even way up north in California, or another state of some sort, and you want to hide tokens, please reach out to me, SnailTrail4x4 on Instagram, and I'll find out where you are, what kind of area you're going to be going on, especially if you're going on a trip in the semi-near future. That's a bonus, right? Because if you want to hide tokens, but you're not going to go on a trip for months, then I'll just get a hold of me when you're going to go out on that trip so that I could get you the tokens before the trip. But yeah, if you're interested in hiding tokens, reach out to me. Let's make a list of people that are hiding tokens around in the areas, and let's get some more tokens out there so we can have more winners, so we can continue this thing and keep moving it forward.
If those people have Onyx, then we can probably add them as contributors to the treasure hunt folder.
Okay.
And then all they'd have to do is open up Onyx when they get the GPS coordinates of where the token is located, and then save the waypoint under the treasure hunt token folder. And then it would be available immediately to people that are searching. Yeah,
we could. That is definitely a possibility, but I usually ask for more information back about the serial number and whatnot. So that, or there's a small learning curve on how they need to report it. Yeah. One or the other. Okay. So we could look into it. It might just be easier to have them send me an email, but cool. I do know people like Lee and Rob, Wreck-It Rob, but Weld's Taco. They've sent me the files via Onyx.
Oh, okay.
Right. And more or less it did everything, but I can't move their file into our file.
Yeah.
Or I couldn't find a way to do that. So I had to then recreate it.
Yep.
But yeah, we can figure it out. Whatever is easiest for you guys as would work for us. But if you're interested in ID tokens, reach out to me, SnailTrail4x4 on Instagram. And we will hopefully have those turned on by the time this airs.
Yeah. Cool. That's exciting. And we're looking forward to it. I made the final modifications to the folder, so we're all good to go. We just need to post the URL to the folder publicly.
Perfect.
So,
okay. Yeah. So maybe when this episode airs, we will, we'll have the link in the show notes.
Sweet.
I think we have to add it to the webpage.
Yep.
Because we made a webpage for it. And yeah, I think we should be good to go from there.
Cool. That's exciting.
Yeah.
Awesome. There's
and
that.
I get to get a huge box of tools out of my shop soon, hopefully.
Right. Trevor,
I don't know.
Trevor, we're depending on you.
I really hope you win because I don't want to ship that.
That's funny. What else have you been up to?
Oh, let's see. So I've got a few things going on. We are doing our Easter party again. Okay. Which you guys should be getting an invite any moment now.
Cool.
The assistant.
Oh, hey, look, I just got a ding on my phone.
There you go. The assistant should be sending out the invites today.
Okay.
Hopefully. And since you now have a little one, you're gonna be coming.
Yes.
Which is gonna be fun.
We had a great time last year. So
yep. It's good. And now that he's a little bit more knowledgeable and he can get around a little easier, I think he's going to have even more fun. So that'll be fun. But yeah, so we've been sort of getting ready for the Easter party, slowly getting ready for the Easter party. We had sort of a snafu with the assistant's ex this last weekend.
What's new?
Yeah, right. And so we are having to modify the date of when we're doing the Easter party.
Okay.
And because normally we do the Easter party the Saturday before Easter. And we don't have the mini assistant that weekend.
Okay.
And so to avoid complications and problems, we're moving it a week ahead of schedule. Okay. So now that moves everything in my life a week ahead of schedule to some extent. Yeah. And one of the things that the assistant told me is the garden fence has to be done before the Easter party. Because we tore the garden fence down before the Easter party last year, and it can't go like we want. You don't want a partially made garden fence for the party. So the garden fence is on my immediate to-do list.
Yep. That's like 2.5 weeks away then, right?
Yeah, kind of.
2 weeks?
Yeah.
Pretty much? Okay.
Pretty much. So this last weekend, I spent almost all Sunday, a good chunk of Sunday, getting really far on the fence.
Okay.
I've been having a tough time squaring the fence up.
Okay.
I didn't think it was going to be as difficult as it is. And I also tried to take shortcuts, which bit me in the ass. Right. Yeah. And so I should have done it the right way. I should have ran a string line. I should have squared things up. I should have measured a lot more instead of just trying to measure corners and then measured post to post and hope things worked. And it didn't. It was just didn't work as easy as I thought it was going to work. Yeah. So there was a few extra holes dug and a few modifications, and it's sort of a nice parallelogram right now, which it's going to pretty much, it's a moderate parallelogram, but it's that's pretty much how it's going to end. Okay. But I got almost as far as I could this last weekend. I needed another cut in a 2x4 because I'm putting those hog wire fences in, and there's a cut called a dido cut, which is on a table saw, which is the dido that we were using is 7/16 inch wide. Okay. And so it's cutting a trough in the 2x4 that's about 1/4 inch deep, but it's 7/16 wide. Okay. And it's one cut. So it's not like we're moving the fence on the table saw to create this gap. It's just a wide blade. Okay. And my buddy has a mobile table saw and the dido blade. Yeah. And so and he came over originally when we did a bunch of 2x4s, and I think we're good. And then I was more or less one short.
Yeah.
And so I had him come back over. We cut one more. I was like, I'll take the 2x4 to you. He's like, no, I want to come over. I'm like, okay, fine.
Right.
You can lug your table saw over to my house.
Yeah.
Or I could bring a 2x4 to your house.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, I'm coming over. I'm like, fine. So I got pretty much as far as I could, roughly completing the fence all the way around -1 board.
Okay.
So it's very close to getting all the circumference of the static fences done. So now I need to do the gate area. And that's kind of more or less where I'm at. There's still posts and holes. So I need to add the concrete to the holes. And then I need to finish the one section of the piece that I was missing, and then build the front gate, and then it'll be done.
Nice.
So it's pretty close to being done.
Okay.
It's gonna take me another day or two to get everything done. Plus, I need to buy the hardware for the gate and solve that problem and figure out that. But in my mind, it's not going to be that much work. But I know that it's not going to be as easy as I can think it's going to be.
Okay.
Yeah. So, anyways, that was a chunk of my weekend taken up. That was Sunday. Saturday, I went and did some set building at the Mini Assistance Theater there in Roseville, and they're doing Into the Woods.
Okay.
Which is a very interesting play.
Yeah.
It's a movie, but I guess the musical's a little different than the movie.
Yeah.
So I worked on a piece where at some point the big bad wolf eats Grandma and Little Red Riding Hood.
Okay.
And then the baker comes and cuts the wolf's tummy, and the granny and the Little Red Riding Hood pop out of the big bad wolf.
Okay.
And run to safety. So I was building the bed where the big bad wolf's going to lie, and Granny and the Little Red Riding Hood are going to be under the bed.
Okay.
Then they need to pop out of the bed. Right. But the bed needs to be in two pieces, and it needs to be assembled off stage, then all pushed onto stage with Little Red Riding Hood and Granny underneath it already.
Okay.
And then the wolf's going to get into bed at some point. And it just was like all these things happening. And then they're like, well, we don't quite know how we're going to do it, so we need your help figuring it out. And I'm envisioning this like double platform thing that's in two pieces, but the hole needs to be in like the middle where the tummy kind of is. But if the wolf's lying there, like the wolf's going to have to lie off center. And so is this a whole like thing? And then they're like, well, we could put another small child underneath that's going to have the wolf's feet, and then could move the wolf. So now I'm like, okay, I'm up to 4 people
under this platform.
And so more or less, I'm like, do I have to add the top platform? Like, what if I built this like just frame, and you had the wolf like on his knees sitting on the lower platform and his head back like he's in bed. You build a fake body out of soft stuff up top.
Furniture foam.
Yeah. And then you have like Granny sitting on underneath the bed, and then you put like a piece of fabric across it. Yep. Right. And then you have the Little Red Riding Hood underneath it. And then you have this little kid that's just playing with the wolf's feet at the end. And it's just fabric on top. And they're like, that's a really good idea. I'm like, oh gosh. So that makes it so much easier to build.
Yeah.
And so they put me on these weird things because I think that I sit down and I think about the process, you know, and I come back to them with like 10 questions, and they're like, oh, I haven't thought about that. Or, oh, that's interesting. You go, because at first they're like, we want 2 platforms that have to move onto stage. And I'm like, okay, that's super easy. And then they're like, and then when they kill the wolf and they slit its stomach, these 2 people have to pop out. I'm like, oh, okay, now you're getting like things are just getting complicated. So it took me probably like 4 hours to build this thing and design it and figure it out and add the wheels in the right spot so it moves appropriately and get the right hard wood so that 4 kids can sit on it. Yeah. But it was a lot of fun. I think it's going to turn out rather well. I'm excited to see the play and see everything. There's a lot of really cool things that are being built into this stage and theater. which was is going to be fun. Everybody there, at least that day, seems to be scared of heights. And they needed something done like 40 feet up in the air. And they're all like, well, you're not scared of heights, are you, Jimmy? I'm like, no, I'll do it. That's fine. And they're like, I can't believe you went up there. Like, that's so crazy. They just wanted this like piece of fabric hung over the wall. Okay. And it's like, they have a ladder built into the back of the wall and they have a catwalk at the very top. Yeah. And so it's like, I'm not going anywhere. Yeah. Like the worst case is like the rung on the ladder, because it's wood ladder. The rung on the ladder would like break or come off or whatever. But I just like the wall behind me is, you know, it's like 3 feet, you know? So it's like, I just lean backwards and I'd be totally fine. Yeah. So it's so funny to me that it's like this, one of the safest things I, you know, could do at the theater, I feel like, and everybody's freaked out about it. Yeah. So that was funny. And then let's see. So before then, so I'm kind of going backwards over my week, it seems like. So yeah, Sunday worked on the garden fence. Saturday worked at the theater. Thursday, Hustle Nuts, Hussman came over. Sorry, Hussman. Had a hard time saying that. And we kind of we finished welding the rear axle and the frames and a lot of the stuff. I welded a lot last week. Good. Yeah. A lot of good welds and a lot of not so good welds, but mainly the things that are underneath the frame, like the things that were kind of that are right up or right side up were a lot easier than the things that were upside down. Yeah. So overhead welding. Yeah. A little bit of overhead welding and a little bit of like, or a vertical welding too. Yep. So it's just a learning curve. What I found was that Hussman and I welded different settings and different speeds. Okay. And so he had the welder set and he said, this is a really good setting. Okay. Right. And for him, it is. Yeah. Right. But for me, I felt like the wire is coming out too fast. Like I wanted I needed it to go slower. Okay. And so I put it in a setting that I thought was good. Right. And so I guess the reason I wanted the wire to come out slower because I feel like I've been making sort of like gummy worm welds where I'm putting too much weld on. And I feel like if I'm moving faster, I don't feel like I'm doing the weld correctly or enough heat. You just want to move slower, I think is what you're more comfortable with. Yes. I think he's more comfortable with moving faster because he's done it a lot, right? So he can crank up the settings on the machine and go faster, and he's got better hand control because he's way more experienced with doing it, right? Right. Whereas like you and me, I definitely like to weld slower too. Yeah. I've noticed. And I feel like it comes down to a lot of just the hand control. I'm like, I need to really ease into the hand control of what I'm doing with the puddle and controlling it. Whereas he's like, oh no, I just do this. Yeah. So yeah. And that's exactly it. Sense. So I put it a little slower. Once I did that, I stopped laying some gummy worms and I started actually laying some good puddles and setting it up right. There was a few spots that like I welded the inside of the upper links. Okay. On frame links. Right. And it's literally like my welding torch or the gun, or I don't know what the technical term is for it. The tip of the welder. Just the tip. It fills the whole entire viewable area. Yeah. So it's like I'm welding blind, right? Yeah. All of those look amazing. It's like I just need to stop looking at where I'm going and just go by the feel. Overthinking it, kind of thing. I think. Yeah. And there's a level on that because it was at like 90 degree and I could just sort of rest the tip in one side and just drag it. So that like a lot of the control, like wobbly hand or whatever was taken away from me. And I could just like, okay, I could just go with the flow and they all came out really fairly good, which is funny. But I left one or two like really hard welds for Hussman, like on the axle, on the underside. Cause when we put the axle together, I think we put it together, not exactly how Brian expects someone to put it together, but we tacked the thing together kind of first. And then we wanted to weld the whole thing out where I think Brian, I don't know, I might be putting words in his mouth, but I think he wants you to weld down the two link ends first and then add the truss that goes on top after the fact, like make them fit. Okay. Yeah. Right. But then weld the two the link parts on and then weld the truss on, where we tacked the whole thing together all at once.
Gotcha.
And it just made it, there was a spot where the link end meets the axle and wraps around the axle, but it's kind of under the truss.
Okay.
It just was an interesting weld to try to accomplish.
Okay.
And so I left that one for Hussman.
Hmm.
And then, otherwise I welded pretty much everything else up.
Nice.
Except for some of the link ends and some of the other stuff. So when Hussman came over, we welded some of the hard spots. We welded all the link ends. We started laying out the links for the front.
Mm-hmm.
So like the tie rod and the drag link, we welded those up, but not the pan hard bar yet, because we're still got to play with the mounting location and then just finding out the length and everything.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the rear axle, I think is fully welded. All the suspension, I believe, is fully welded. And minus like the shocks and, towers and shock mounts on the axle and stuff like that. But suspension wise, I think the rear axle's done.
Nice.
Yeah. So that's cool. I need to put it back together. Haven't done that yet, but that's exciting. Front axle is coming together because now I got the setup for, we built also the upper link, which wasn't done on the front. So now the 3-link minus the pan hard bar is complete,
Mm-hmm.
is welded out. And the tie rod and drag link are welded out.
Mm-hmm.
So really it's just pan hard bar frame mount and pan hard bar to go there minus the shocks and everything else.
Nice.
So, it's coming together.
Mhm.
There's still, it's like I see these really big steps and Hussman sees the 1,000 small steps
in between. Yeah.
And so I'm like, man, we're getting like, it's coming together. And he's like, yeah, but there's still so much to go. I'm like, but there's only like X, Y, and Z. And he's like, yeah, but there's, to get to X, you have to do, 10 fold. And I'm like, shut up. Like, let me think, like we're almost there. But it's funny because I really like, in my mind, I'm like, okay, we got the shock hoops, then we can figure out where the shocks are actually, get the shock hoops done. Then those are telling me where the shocks are going to go. Then I can mount all that stuff on the axles. And then that's like, we're done. And then he's like, Hussman's like, yeah, but then we're probably going to have to figure out how to put the body on. And we're going to have to take that on and off a few times. And I'm like, no, let's just cut the whole inner fender out. Like, in the bed, I'm kind of really leaning towards just skinning the bed, like cutting the fenders completely off and making for like a thing that you can just attach the sides of the bed onto it. Because I'm pretty much leaning that way right now to just kind of speed it all along. But we'll see how it goes. But it's feeling good. I'm really liking the way that it's looking. It's just, man, when it's all together and the axles are underneath and the links geometry's there and links are all in and everything. And I look at it, I'm like, this thing looks badass.
Yeah.
It's
really impressive what friggin' Brian does over at 4 Wheel Underground with, just the brackets themselves. Like when you compare, no, I don't want to say no bad talks or bad ill feelings towards, companies like Rough Stuff or Barnes that are like they specialize in DIY brackets for suspension stuff. Right. But like when you compare the Rough Stuff or Barnes 4-wheel drive brackets to Brian's brackets at 4 Wheel Underground, there's just no comparison.
No,
they're totally, completely different brackets that are way beefier with a really good looking design to them too. And so it's, I was looking at a couple of the rigs that we had on the Snail Trail snow run.
Yeah.
And I was noticed a few of the brackets. I was like, that's a Rough Stuff bracket. That's a Barnes bracket. That's a Rough Stuff bracket. And I was like looking over at Kermit and I was like, God, those 4 Wheel Underground brackets all are so good.
Well, you get the DIY companies and their goal is to make it as cheap and as effective or as efficient for them as possible. Yeah. Like there's almost no welding involved on some of their brackets, right? Yeah. It's just this piece bent in 2 positions and then it's like has a hole drill through it, which I completely understand for their point of view that's what they need to create. So they sell this piece of aluminum of steel with holes in it and they're good to go. But like Brian's are designed specific for the kits and specifically for his things, but the way that they're designed just look great. Plus the welding done on them looks fantastic. And I'm sort of happy that he has all this welding on it. Cause his parts are more easily visible than my welding is.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
And so anybody that looks at the vehicle is going to see his parts.
Yeah.
And they're going to see his welding.
And not your
and
welding?
not my welding. And they're going to go, damn, you're a good welder. I'm like, hey, thanks. You know, I welded all the brackets on and everything.
Oh, this is a work of art. Great job, Jimmy. What's this? Who did this weld right here? I don't know, some random person.
Yeah. Oh, it came that way.
I got it from it's a factory weld.
Yeah. So it's like, it's funny because you want to make his brackets visible because they are works of art, but I think that, you know, it's going to overshine my shitty welds in other places. That's going to be funny.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, cool.
Let's see. I think that's it. I just wanted to say I got an update on the computer. I don't know if I ever said that on the podcast. But apparently I think I did. Did I talk about that?
I think you did talk about it. The one of the RAM was bad.
One of my RAMs was bad. And the computer's been running great since.
Were you able to get it warrantied? I think that's where we were at.
I've sent it off and I haven't heard back.
Okay.
So,
all right.
Okay. So that's it. Then if I talked about it. So
sweet. Cool. Besides
the table things for RTF, what have you been up to?
Not a whole lot.
Okay.
The Kermit is at the warehouse with the tracks on it. So he's not at home for me to do some of the fun projects I wanted to do to him.
Yeah.
On his to-do list is the switches in the center console. So the rear window switch, as well as there's 2 spare switches that I used to use towards the winch solenoid that I've now taken out, and it's just hot wired, I guess you could say. As well as I had a switch in there for rock lights.
Okay.
And the rock lights switch is now up on the switch panel.
Sure.
And I don't have a winch solenoid anymore. So it's 2 spare switches. I haven't decided what I'm going to use those for yet, but the back window switch is there. And the whole center console plastic assembly, it's still the stock plastic stuff in there. It sits down further for some reason, and the switch for the window jams into the floorboard.
Oh.
And so the terminals and connectors on the back are just, we found, I think that they're coming loose and getting bent out of shape, and it's getting bad connections electrically for the back window.
Got it.
That, and I hate the way the 2nd and 1st gen 4Runner back window operates. There's a bunch of little safety switches and sensors built into them. And I'm like, I don't want to have to deal with those anymore. I want just a simplified electrical circuit for running the back window. And the back window motor operates on a reverse polarity for up or down.
Got it.
So when I was getting ready to build my own electrical circuit for the Willwood parking brake calipers, those also work on reversing polarity. I eventually decided, fuck it, I'm just going to buy their controller, their ECM controller. And so I have this relay, reverse polarity switching relay.
Okay.
That I'm going to rip out and redo the entire wiring circuit for the rear window.
Wow.
And utilize that relay and some momentary switches.
Okay.
For 3-pole momentary switches for
the rear window.
The switch in the rear window.
Yeah.
But because that plastic thing is falling apart and it sits too low into the floorboard, I 3D printed a new switch holder that'll go in there.
Oh.
So I'm going to riv nut into the plastic center console, and then the switch thing comes up just enough where it should clear all the shifters.
Yeah.
But it's up far enough so that the switches have space between it and the floorboard, so you don't end up jamming and fucking up all the wires and terminals on the backs of the switches. So I want to put that in.
Yeah.
And the rear window are the 2 next big projects for Kermit.
Okay.
So,
well, what on the rear window?
Just redoing the whole circuit.
Okay. Yeah.
That whole electrical circuit.
Sure.
So that's Kermit's project. The mule is undergoing surgery and operation right now. We'll get into that on another episode. It's a long story. So, but I do have, I need to put a new battery in the mule.
Okay.
Because I really don't think the battery that Dimitri put in it is sized appropriately for starting a V8 engine. And so I think that's been the main issue of the mule and quote unquote it killing batteries.
Sure.
I don't think it's really necessarily killing batteries because I did a bunch of circuit testing, which we talked about, and I can't really find a parasitic draw in the Mule.
Yeah.
I think the battery just doesn't have enough cranking amps for the V8 engine. So I'll be looking at putting in, I'm going to get another lithium starter battery. I love my Dakota lithium in Kermit. So I think I'm going to go get either another Dakota lithium or Noco.
Yeah.
Launched their own lithium starting batteries.
I saw that.
So I'm debating on reaching out to them and being like, I would love to compare it and put it up against the Dakota lithium that I have. And you know, we could talk about it, et cetera, and see if they'll give me a deal on it.
Yeah.
Because lithium starting batteries are not cheap.
No,
they're very expensive.
Not. Yes, they are.
And so that's on the to-do list. For the Mule, I've been in chats with Baja Designs.
Okay.
And Baja Design came on as a sponsor for the Mule. So we have a big lighting package to install on the Mule.
Cool.
I have a new switch panel with a 12 gang switch set to it to kind of run and power the e-locker that's going into the Mule. Little something that gives you a little teaser into what might be happening to the Mule. So there's an e-locker going in to run the e-locker, and then we need a switch to run the tiny little air locker compressor as well as an air locker, and then the lighting package, and a couple other things.
Nice.
So we got that, and then we're getting some really rad. I'm really excited for these. Some custom seats made from PRP.
Ooh.
To go into the Mule as well.
I can only imagine what's going to happen to those.
Yes. It's going to be glorious.
If you know anything about Morphlate.
Yes.
You might not want to ever sit on that seat.
No. And so anyways, there's some really fun plans in the works for the Mule and getting it all done and up and ready to go for Trail Hero X.
Yeah.
And hopefully a couple events before then. So
sweet.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, anything else on your list?
Not really. Did I talk about the hard mount solar panel not working at KOH?
Yes.
So I don't want to say I dug into it at all, but like I hooked up the solar panel to a tiny little MPPT controller that I have sitting. I have like 3 or 4 of them around. And so I was trying to hook it into the really expensive Renogy solar controller. It's like a 100 amp NPPT controller from Renogy. It's like you can Bluetooth access it to see how much power you are creating from your solar and everything. And it was not registering a solar panel connection for some reason down at KOH. Yeah. So I took one of my little 3 to 4 30, 40 amp MPPT controllers and hooked the solar panel up to it over the weekend just to test it, be like, is the solar panel fucked? What's going on? And it registered power just fine. It's like, yep, we got power coming in from the solar panel. And I was like, all right. So I don't know what's going on with that Renogy
controller isn't working, or the connection to the Renogy controller is faulty of some sort.
Something like that. I think the controller is broken because when I hook up the solar panel, it registers a connection made, and then it kind of like ramps up the voltage to like 20 volts and then comes back down to 0. Like it's trying to read that there's how much voltage is coming in from the panel, but then fails.
Interesting.
So I don't know what's going on with that, but I'll be using one of those smaller MPT controllers when I hard mount the solar panel on the Lance.
Got it.
So there's that update. And then the Unimog has an update.
Oh.
We've been going through diagnostics on the Unimog to try and figure out what works, what doesn't work, and learning a little bit about it and getting things functioning. And so we got the hood open.
Oh, good.
So it was just bound up from rust.
Okay.
So lubed that up and got it open. We got the 2-wheel drive, 4-wheel drive shifter working.
Nice.
And it goes to all 3 positions.
3.
Which means the lockers are also pulling and engaging too.
Sweet.
So it's a 3-position lever. The one position is 2-wheel drive. One position is 4-wheel drive. The third position is 4-wheel drive with the lockers.
With both front and rear.
Yep.
Cool. Okay.
So we got that moving. It was just bound up due to rust and decay buildup. The lever with the linkage and the lever going on the outside of the transfer case. So just have to lube up that spot there. It's in the wide open, the open.
Okay.
And then hit it with a hammer, and that loosened it up and got that working. Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
It shifts into all 6 gears. Forward reverse works. And so now it's a matter of going into engine diagnostics.
Can you go into reverse 6th gear?
No, just first and second gear.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
I was like, that'd be badass.
It would be fun, right? And so first, second gear is the reverse. And that's why that hard gate is there in that transmission.
Right.
With the first and second to third to sixth area of the gates. That hard gate there is so you don't accidentally, while you're in reverse, go into third or fourth or fifth or sixth gear. So, let's see. So the next step is engine diagnostics. We pulled the spark plugs. Everything is super rich. The spark plugs definitely need to be replaced. But they're all very rich burns on the spark plugs. So that means the carburetor is not tuned properly at that bare minimum. The engine is not seized. The motor is not seized.
Good. We
lifted up one of the rear tires in 2-wheel drive and put the transmission in 6th gear and spun the tire, and the engine spins.
Okay.
So the engine is not seized.
Good. Glad to hear that.
We put a boroscope down into the cylinders, and the cylinders look pretty good. Doesn't look like there's many major issues that would cause blow by.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like the pistons are completely fucked.
Yeah.
The cylinder walls all look decent. So, the next step from there is, the electrical system. We need to be able to turn the engine over so we can measure compression.
Right.
So, hooked up a couple batteries and, nothing's happening. So now we got to go and find, electrical circuit diagrams, which ChatGPT has for the 404 Unimog, which is very impressive. And so now it's a matter of digging into those. So the push button on the Unimog. It doesn't run solenoids and relays for the starter.
It's just
like a normal vehicle is. It's a quote unquote, a ballast ignition, which means there's some kind of funky thing going on inside the push button itself that nobody has been able to replicate on the aftermarket, which I'm kind of find impressive. But that means that if these buttons go out on you, you have to get the original stock button made by Mercedes in the 60s.
Wow.
And so those buttons are getting harder and harder to find. And so they are very expensive. And I think we need a new button is the first move to start with. So
it seems really bizarre that there's no way to bypass that or no way to,
Right. I'm like, why? It's 24 volt or 12 volt. I think I need to call Expedition Imports, which is the guy in Vallejo. That has apparently bought 2 armies out of all of their Unimog stuff as they no longer used Unimog things in different armies. So he's got like the largest aftermarket supply in the world of Unimog stuff. And he's right here in Vallejo, California.
Right.
So I need to call him and kind of pick his brain and see what he would recommend that we try and look for. Apparently the spare engine that we have is from him.
He rebuilt by him.
Yeah. So, I just need to give him a call and chat with him. And I was going to do that this weekend and just didn't get around to it.
Yeah.
So, but everything is really encouraging. Nothing is seized up.
Yeah, that's great.
So that's a really good thing so far. Now it's just a matter of, we got to diagnose the electrical so that we can run compression tests. And then from there, spark plugs, it came with an extra set of spark plugs for the new engine.
Cool.
So we'll throw those in, put on new distributor cap and wires. Those also came with the new engine.
Okay.
So put those on and check and make sure we're getting spark once we have the electrical system figured out, and then figure out the fuel system. And I know nothing about carburetors other than there's an inlet, fuel goes into a bowl, and then the bowl manages how much fuel goes down into your injectors.
Yep.
I don't know how to control the flow of how much fuel goes in, etc. Yeah. So that'll be a fun learning curve to figure out, is learning about carburetors in this process.
I'm sure there's people out there that can definitely help.
I'm sure there are. So anyways, fun stuff on the Unimog, just small updates as we get time to diagnose and look into it. And we're about to go into kind of a busy 2 months. So I don't know if too much is going to get done on the Unimog now for the next couple months. So
need a place to store it.
Yeah, good thing I have a warehouse.
Yep.
And I might be buying a Dodge.
Is that your final words?
Those are my final words for today.
And with that, my friends.
Yeah. So, yeah, I might end up having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 vehicles here shortly,
including the secretaries.
6, including the secretaries. So, yeah, good stuff.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. Well, it's good to hear that everything is at least moving forward with the Unimog.
Yeah. And it's all very encouraging stuff. We haven't ran into any massive things. Like we got to, it's obvious we need to pull the engine and put the new engine in it. Like so far, that's not the case.
Right.
There's still a few more diagnostics we have to run to figure that out for sure or not. But so far, everything looks pretty encouraging on it.
Yeah, that's rad.
Yeah.
That's cool. Well, if you guys have any feedback for us, you can always reach us at SnailTrail4x4. That's me on Instagram, or Tyler's over at 4x4 Toyota Tyler. You can email us, Jimmy or Tyler, at SnailTrail4x4, or you can leave us a voicemail for our snail mail segments, which happens tomorrow. And that phone number is area code 916-345-4744.
Sweet. I like it a lot. Jimmy, any final words to wrap up the episode?
Bobcat got smogged.
Hey!
Yay!
And with that, my friends, keep crawling.
I got one for you. Why did the fart miss graduation?